Howdy gamers, it's Glider Gaming back at the Rustic Dreamland. We are building drywall, decorations, everything that we need to have the most luxurious apartments. Planting some plants here. This poor fella, his body temperature's too low. So we're going to let dupes catch up on this for the most part. Uh-oh. Another mess we missed from the plumbing mishap last time. So we're letting our dupes catch up on that. And I'm thinking, as I said in the last video, I want to move this stuff. The plumbing has become so convoluted that just the smallest little change messed things up. And we're about to do another change here. So I think we need to drop this stuff down lower. So I'm not sure how to do that. We have some very convoluted piping systems going. So we're not doing these anymore. I'm gonna deconstruct all of this, just clean up some pipes a little bit. We have more reed fiber than I think we can really honestly use in the rest of the space, so I'm not worried about producing any more, and this will help reclaim, or help us lose our polluted water slower. So that's step one. Just clean up pipes. Overheat damage? What just took overheat damage? The door? Let's just deconstruct the door. That was there to keep people from walking into magma, and we no longer do that, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, so the next thing I think is that we're just going to scrap this room and what we've done. We can just use this to create oxygen, and that will destroy heat. We can just ship that stream of water all the way through. How are we shipping our water? It's going up above? Where's it coming from? Oh, I see. We tied it in with our bathroom systems. Okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Not going to do that anymore at all. So here's what we are going to do. We are going to break this tile. And we are going to run this over. To there. We're going to deconstruct that liquid pump tile. Okay. And we're going to destroy this stuff here. Okay. Just going to go ahead and run this down. And over. We're going to bridge that. We're going to bridge that. Nope, now we're inside of our base. I don't want that. We're going to go straight down. Then we're going to come up. We're going to flip this bridge so it goes the other direction. And we're going to break all of this because it makes no sense. We're also going to break that tile right there. We're going to have no oxygen for a minute, but I think it'll be okay. I think we got plenty stored up that nobody's going to die. Oops, that's the exact thing that was just there. Okay. So we come up from there. We're going to cross over that. We're going to cross over that. We will eventually empty this, just not this second. Too cold. Too hot? Pressure. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Plenty of jobs mastered. Let's take a break here and reassign some jobs. Huh, Camille's having some issues. We'll have to look in on what's happening with Camille here in a second. Never a bad thing to have architects around, I'd say. Poor Meep. Not enough morale to get up there. Just short by 2. They're chucking along quite well. But we are going to have issues accessing a lot of this. So he's probably not giving his decor because he's missing his tile, would be my guess. We're also going to need... That should be good. Okay, so just to make sure I wasn't too deeply in my head, we're taking all this incredibly hot water that we can't really cool. We're bypassing this cooling room. It's gone now. And we're just shipping hot water to places where it's destroyed. You know, water's destroyed in the oxygen room. It's turned into other elements, and those elements don't care how hot the water that came in is. The hydrogen, the oxygen come out at the same temperature regardless. So that is a means of destroying heat. In here, the skimmer doesn't really say what it puts stuff out at. I think, you know, it probably puts stuff off at about 38 degrees. Doesn't really say, but we can ship in 60, 70 degree, 80 degree water into this, and the water coming out will be one consistent temperature as well. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We're just only sending the super hot water to really places that are safe. And then we're going to build a sieve to treat polluted water and send that treated polluted water probably through this room and then into the bathrooms to be safely, well, not, you know, it's safe, but just to reduce how much heat goes into our base. Luckily, we have a nice little backup of water inside the base, so this isn't like causing us to potty everywhere. And for half of our base, at least, we have beautiful pressure, so not terribly worried about the effects of what we're doing here. We just got to do it quick and efficient like. We'll be fine. You also haven't broken this stuff down, so it's not, you must have broken something because water's not flowing anymore, or maybe just because there's no back pressure. I don't know. Yep, those rooms have turned off. The oxygen has been pumped out. So this is like completely unnecessary. Like we could have just left it the way it is, but you know, I want this to be a little bit larger. The air flow is not good. It's also just looks cramped. By doing all this, we can drop the insulated floor down one. We can drop the carpeted tile down one and just have a little bit more space for the dupes to move, and it'll just feel a little bit more luxurious. Just all in all, I like the idea of what we're doing here. Okay. Gases out here have really leveled off. We're no longer at nearly 2,000 per gram. 2,000 grams per tile. So I'm going to go ahead and disable this for a while. Also, we had turned on our device over here to make steel. Okay, so it's taking the easiest path. It's not sending stuff up here, so we're going to have to deconstruct this one tile. When they deconstruct that one tile, we're going to lose a little bit of oil, annoying, but then it will start doing the daisy chain through and just allow it to take more out of the device. So somehow we've not flooded these again. They look awfully flooded. One of the things I wanted to do with steel was build an auto sweeper over here. Building an auto sweeper out of steel will give us an additional 200 degrees of overheat, so it can handle 275 degrees. So that means that it still can't necessarily handle this area. Shoot, some of this stuff is 400 degrees. So we probably still won't be able to grab the stuff right there, but maybe if we build it lower, we can start grabbing this stuff and shipping it somewhere else. Because some of the reason why this is so hot is that we have, this pile of tons of gold at 500 degrees Celsius. Even if that's storing it in this body of water right here, that would be beneficial. Okay, we nearly have finished our reroute for the hot water. Just a few more tiles to build. I don't really want water in that tile right there because they constantly get soggy feet. And because of the weird physics of this game's water, we are able to mop up polluted water that is with clean water because they don't intermix and create more polluted water. They just sit in separate layers. I mean, this water is definitely polluted. There's tons of slime lung germs in the water itself, food poisoning germs. So technically that is polluted water, but it just doesn't change states like that. We are running out of oxygen to our Atmos suits, which is a problem I should have foreseen. But if we get these 6 tiles built, we'll be done and our problems are solved. So hopefully this little dupe that can will finish the last 6 tiles. Got a friend to help. Awesome. Oh, and one of them's leaving. 2 tiles. 1 tile. We have water flowing. Okay. It's going to take a second to get it all the way around. Then we also have the issue of this area here. Okay, they've got that all broken up. So we should be able to just split these off. That should work just fine. We had the much crazier thing going initially because I wanted to be able to send water from both directions and have it work, and it just didn't really seem to do that, so. There's still some good oxygen in these Atmos suits, so we should be able to get this figured out. Okay. We have restored oxygen. Now I can empty all of this stuff and then deconstruct them or leave them there and use them for something else. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So that's half the equation. The other half of the equation is this device that I no longer want here because it stops me from dropping the ceiling. We're going to rebuild that down here. Let's just say right here. Awesome, awesome. It's none of that at all. Put some flooring there. And then, what's our plumbing situation over here? Dirty water comes up and either goes to the farm or comes back to be treated. I think that's fine. So, we can just make that easier. I don't even think we need a bridge for that. I mean, we do, because we have to. We do have to bridge this, but so we'll just split here. Send dirty water in. We'll send clean water out. Whoop, nope, not like that. Okay. Then we won't need this bridge anymore. Okay. So we're just going to send that over here. We're going to deconstruct this. Well, I guess we won't deconstruct that yet. Let's get this stuff done. We're also going to need some power for this. It's already running on this line, so we'll just move this line over. Okay, so some of those are unreachable. So we'll toss a bridge right there, and that should fix that. Bridge, ladder, whatever, you know. It's all good. Times like this is where I wish I was a streamer, because I could definitely just be looking at chatting with you guys, having a good time, rather than just sitting waiting for dupes to do stuff. We're going to deconstruct these now, finally, since we have this whole other system built up. That's going to allow just more oxygen to get over to the other half of the base. There we go. Nice thick flow of oxygen heading over here. So, not great oxygenation yet, but with time, we'll start to get there. We are building up a little bit of a hydrogen issue. And I think just because this is the very top of the base, we should probably switch these out. And then if we need to, we can put a pump here and do what we've done on this side of the base before. All in all, I think they're looking quite nice. Okay, so we're gonna finish this stuff over here, like this particular one right here. I think there's two actually, it's just a little hard to see on this one. So just need this thing all set up ready to start processing water. Then we'll break this one. Actually, like 3. Oh, you know what? I don't think they can get over there. It doesn't say unreachable. Like, they can probably go a longer way, but it would go faster. Look at that. That pocket's like, no, I'm fine. Just this little bit of water sitting here. It's fine. Okay, we finished the wire over here, so we can eventually put in plastic transport tubes. Okay, yep, there they come. Okay. Well. No. No, we've not made this system happy. And it could be something up here for higher up. Okay, let's go ahead and break this. See what happens. Okay, now the water's flowing better. We're going to go ahead and empty these guys. We're going to just start deconstructing bridges left and right. Just clean up this whole area. We'll be able to see what's happening way easier when we're done here. We just hit break time. That's where all this is coming from. Everybody's emptying their guts. We don't need any of this pipe anymore, for sure. We're going to empty that fella. I'm gonna empty those. Okay, so we'll just bring this over and down and over. That will streamline that. Then we can empty all of this. And then we're going to keep this exit line. So we can go up to here, over to here. And it looks like we don't need any of this exit piping. So I'll probably keep that. We're going to empty pipe. And this stuff really high priority. And a liquid bridge here. So we're going to break a couple of these. Because I'm just looking at what we've set up here, and it looks like it's going to be confusing for the system. So we're going to do this, do that, and over. Wait. This is input here. We don't want to combine that. So what I want to do is I just want to run this output into this output and just do that. Okay. We can get rid of all this confusing pipe. And then I want to move this down. So okay, so we're going to send the output into this bridge. We're going to send the output into this bridge. And then we're going to break that vent. We're just going to move the vent somewhere else. I was thinking I wanted it over here, but I've done something that I can't bridge over. So I wasn't thinking too much there. So we can break that tile real fast. We'll vent it all out over there, just so it doesn't have to travel so far on the ground itself. Okay, and I think that will still be a very convoluted system, but be a less confused convoluted system. I said we could ship this water through that room. We could still do that. I just haven't done it yet. I want to get the system back up and running ASAP before I started getting fancy with it. But it really would not be much of a task to send it in here. Out. We'd just have to move this and out here and then back into over here. That's something I'm completely willing to do. do have to get this finished pretty quick because we're about to start backing up toilets again. Looks like they are all working diligently to do so, though, so that's good. We did end up breaking an Atmos suit station with our hydrogen pumping into it while we had no oxygen production, but that's to be expected. We will need a new pitcher pump emptier, which we'll probably just put right here as well. Okay, system is fully restored. We are now emptying our pipes so that we won't have backed up toilets. I probably said something when I first installed them, but like you can do a system where you're sending all of this in and doing a closed system with recycling it. It does build up over time, so you do have to vent somewhere. You have to either drop your cleaned water into a spot, like I could do an overflow system where I'd send clean water back into the system unless it's full, and then it could go to the oxygen production rooms. That's one route, but since I already have a very large tank of polluted water, I'm just dumping it all in and then pumping it back up into them. There's no wrong way to do stuff. There's just, you know, how much space do you have and how pretty do you want it to look? This is not the prettiest thing I've ever done. I won't ever argue that it is. But it does its job, so that's fine. It's a very large bubble of polluted water. Okay, so now that we have all that done, these ladders are just annoying me, so I'm going to just get rid of ladders entirely. Then I'm going to build a new layer of insulated tile. Okay, they got those all repaired, so that's awesome. Bunch of jobs mastered again, so let's go have a look at that. Astronauts are doing good up there. Getting close to mastering that, even though they've never stepped inside of a rocket or seen a rocket. I don't really need any more mechatronics engineers. Like, I've got plenty, so yeah, I could train more people in it, but it's just not like a high priority for me right now. Exosuit engineer, as we've discussed, just very important at this stage in the game. People need to be able to move around quickly in their exosuits. Okay, we got rid of all the polluted water, so now hopefully we can mop up this tile and finally have people not getting soggy feet when they're grabbing their slime. That'd be nice. Polluted water now only has to move like 4 tiles instead of 15 or 20. Temps down here have stabilized a lot better. We definitely have all the heat over here, and we have just reasonable stuff over here. Definitely nowhere near overpressurizing, so that's cool. Down here, how are things looking? Shoot. We got things stalled up again. So it's supposed to remember the temperature of the last liquid that passed by it. It's not supposed to do that. Or it just stops, so I need to maybe read up on the thermosensor again, see if there's anybody who's noticed things that they can help me with fixing. But in general, this is a pretty good system. Okay, so that's working now. So the crude oil is getting a little lower in temperature than we'd like. I mean, this is fine. It doesn't cause an issue until it hits like -41. But, you know, I'm just always a little happier if it's not that low. The only reason is it was just sitting in these pipes for a while. So it went from 170 down to, you know, 70. So this will work itself out. Got 1,700 kilograms of steel, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. It goes really fast when you start using it, so. Okay, we are damaging something back there. So what's damaged? Okay, yep, the liquid pipes. So that oil was getting just a little too cold there. Damaged some pipes, but I think we're going to be fine in the long term because it's the hot oil is coming. The hot oil is coming. Uh-oh. Why do you guys have unreachable food? Why would you have unreachable food? Can't get over here anymore? Even if you couldn't get over there, you should be able to take a longer route. You can definitely get down here. You can get up here. I'm having trouble figuring out why these guys are not reaching their food. Oh, right here. They can't actually get back inside the base. So they could easily or more easily get up if they could move right here. But the main problem is that they can't actually get in the base. We're going to deconstruct the carpeted tile. And once I build these last couple, then we'll replace it over the abyssalite layer. Or not the abyssalite, but the insulated layer. Okay, everyone should be able to return into the base now. We are going to have to build a little bit more drywall. And rebuild our carpeted tile. Doing that out of granite and reed fiber. Okay. We're going to get rid of all these guys. All right. Things are looking good. I just thought about breaking these, but then I remembered I've got this lock here that keeps our base safe, so we really should not do that. So the next thing we can do is we can drop this. This doesn't have to be a big, long thing like it is. Could drop it down to like right there. And then in this new space, we could put our transit tube system, is my thought. So they'll have a little hallway, and then it'll open up to the transit tubes, and they can start going to other spots from there. Uh-oh, why are these getting damaged again? Little bits of hydrogen are in, but I don't see any hydrogen coming out now. So it must have just been passing out the last little bits of hydrogen that had built up. So the base decor, pretty nice, pretty nice. I have a little bit of less used area of the base, so that's not quite as great looking, but, and we haven't finished all the blueprints and stuff here, so it's not quite as great looking, but I think I'll probably toss another statue or something in here. I don't think we put any gold statues in this thing, mainly because I was worried about heat, but you know what? Live a little. We'll put some gold statues in. And we'll go from the bottom. That way I can just go from bottom to top. If you go from top to bottom, they won't get placed on the floor. All right, we can break all of that stuff now. Probably just drop this right about here. Maybe. They don't seem to want to do this stuff over here right now. Well, watched pot never boils, right? Hey, someone's taking a shower. Getting that griminess off. Neat. Oxygen in this half of the base is now well pressured, just like this half the base. A little less pressure towards the bottom. So maybe a third oxygen room is in our near future. Maybe not. We'll see how things keep working out. Decided another marble block is required to greet people coming into this area. Okay, they got that done now. Put our transit tube right there. And now we know we can run our power right up to there. There we go. Looking nice. I guess I'll blueprint this out and then we'll call it a video. Okay, so we were talking that we were going to take water from here, send it up here, and then we're going to break that tile. It's actually going to go this way, into here, and then this way, out. Then we're going to send it back down and somehow get it back over into this stuff. So I think we're going to have to do that, break this. That will allow us to bridge and then join it back in right there. All right, so very productive. Got all of our pipe system things moved. We'll now be able to use this awesome cooling room to actually cool some water now that it's actually cooling off, because the 90-degree water is just too much. So as always, thanks for your likes, your subscribes. Thanks for all of your views. I am having a great time in this base. Comment. We don't get so many comments that I can't reply. So if you like something, or you don't like something, or you have a tip, if you'd like to see me do something, just, talk with me. I'll happily respond to every comment until we get to such a point where it is not possible. And then maybe we'll get a Discord or something. So thanks again, guys, for all of your attention, and I hope you're enjoying this colony as much as me. Bye-bye.